So we're moving on here to talk about the variations on conditional statements as well as ways that we can write the same statement in different phrasings. And this morning, as of recording, my voice is a little bit more fried than usual, so sorry if the sound's a little bit lower. I know some people do like vocal fry, but hopefully it's not too distracting. Hey, wait a minute. Doesn't this mean I'm revealing that I don't record all of these all at once like a traditional lecture? And isn't that kind of ruining the illusion? Oh no. Anyway, when we're talking about these things here, let's start with a musical example, just like usual, where let's say we have a statement something like, if the musician is Kanye West, then he received 8 Grammy nominations in 2017 without a win. And you can check this for yourself using the record, using the Wikipedia page to see that in 2017, Kanye was nominated for 8 Grammys and did not win any of them. And from there, we can generate a few variations on that phrasing. Where the first one we're going to get is something like, if the musician did not receive 8 Grammy nominations in 2017 without a win, then they are not Kanye West, which is a very clunky piece of double negation in there, but hopefully you can tell that this is one of the cases where 2 wrongs kind of make a right, because it actually does say more or less the same thing, despite all of the other things that the artist currently known as Ye would prefer to be known for. In the context specifically of the 2017 Grammys, the best descriptor of Kanye West is as an artist who received 8 nominations and it did not win on any of them. If you've got someone who doesn't fit that, it's not going to be Ye. On the other hand, we could say something like, if the musician received 8 Grammy nominations in 2017 without a win, then they are Kanye West, where this one has a bit of a rearrangement here. This one switches P and Q. If we had the phrase P implies Q, if P then Q before, now we're looking at something more like if Q then P. And this should still be a reasonable sounding statement, except if you check a little bit more closely, you'll see that Kanye wasn't actually the only one who got 8 nominations without a win. For example, Rihanna did as well. And then finally, our third look here is at something of form, if the musician was not Kanye West, then they did not receive 8 Grammy nominations without a win in 2017. For the same reason that the second case is spoiled by Rihanna, this one is as well. So sorry, Ye, but you're not unique in this matter. It's just one of the things that you have going for you, I suppose, although 8 nominations without a win isn't much of a victory, is it? I don't know. I'm not a musician.
I ain't crazy, I'm just not satisfied.
Anyway, for this, what we're looking at is the 3 constructions we have that talk about variations on a conditional statement, which are called the contrapositive, the converse, and the inverse. And it's a little bit murky at this point, figuring out what connections these have with the original conditional statement. So we're going to hold off on talking about them specifically for a moment here, but they do push us towards an important concept in our work here of what is called equivalent statements, what are called equivalent statements. Excuse me, my grammar is falling apart this morning. But what we're looking at here are essentially statements that have the same truth value, that you can rephrase or rewrite a statement and have it be true under the exact same conditions. We've seen things like this earlier on when we were talking about the different ways you could write conditionals directly as saying if then or P implies Q, or how you could write different things with quantifiers and have the same meaning as long as you're careful with the phrasing there as well. Here we're going to see this in a bit more of a compound light, where you can adjust the way that the phrases come together and still end up at the same place. That is, still have the same truth value. And to understand this a little better, let's get a tabular example.